guest in the studio, and it's with the World Nation members. The lady that's going to talk first is going to let us know who we have as guests with us as well, and that is Cynthia Haring. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
What is World Nation?
World Nation is a musical group that I started for young people, for kids, back in 1991. So we're just passing 23 years, and what we're celebrating now is this doo-wop pop and swing album, Cruisin in My Wagon.
Yeah, that's good stuff, though. That music back then was awesome.
Yeah, it sure was.
You've been doing this for 23 years?
Yes. I started in Iowa and Illinois and did performance groups, went to Chicago and recorded our first album. That was Songs in 9 Languages. And then I was living on an Indian reservation in Parker, Arizona, and we took those kids to Hollywood and did some original songs and then songs in Hopi, Mojave, Chemehuevi, Navajo, Spanish and English, of course. And then I came here, and I've been here for a while, and we've been doing what we call Tampa Bay World Nation. And that brings me to who's with me. We got Katia Valdeos, who's the assistant director, and one of our awesome singers. His name is Tad Andris. And Tad just turned 14. He has been singing with me for almost 3 years. So he's a doo-wop, pop, and swing guy with us.
Very good. So what do we, as far as the group itself, you guys go everywhere or what?
We do performance under the name A Tribute to the Greatest Generation. First of all, we have Memorial Day coming up. We've had Veterans Day. And we really value our seniors, our elders that have given us so much. So we made the album, Cruisin in My Wagon, A Journey Through Doo-Wop, Pop, and Swing, really a tribute to the greatest generation. So we do a lot of performances for seniors at different facilities. We have a show coming up June 6th in Port Richey at Regency Residence. And then we also have a show on June 11th at Gulfview Square Mall.
Okay.
And that's a benefit for Gulfside Hospice.
Okay.
So we try to do a lot of charitable things. But maybe Ted can tell you a little bit about the live shows and what he's gotten from that.
Tell us about those live shows.
The live shows are amazing. It's just a great pleasure to see everybody's smiling faces as you're up there performing in front of everybody. And as Cynthia said, we do perform for the greatest generation, and one of our other members, Marcos, came up with this great idea to have us dance with some of the members during some of the songs, and it really gives us a chance to connect with each other and just become one, and it always puts a smile on my face to see everybody performing all together as one. We're family.
Now, you started out in World Nation. You've done music, dance, and such?
Yes, I've started music and dancing and acting when I was only 5 years old at the Ritchie Suncoast Theater. My first role I ever played was Thomas Edison in a Christmas show. And ever since then, I've always liked it. I've been to many auditions, and here I am now.
Actually, we met when he was playing Friedrich in Sound of Music at the Show Palace. So Tad may be kind of humble about his background, but he's got a really strong acting, singing, dancing background, and now I know he's doing some auditions for potentially Broadway shows. Is that right?
Yes.
That's kind of exciting.
Katia, tell us about what you...
Well, I've been with World Nation pretty much since 2000. That was the time when I met Cynthia when she worked in Hernando County Schools. I knew about her work with kids in Illinois, in Parker, Arizona, and her current group, Tampa Bay World Nation. And at the time, I became a kind of photographer, then the secretary, videographer. I am assistant director. I'm just so thrilled to be part of this.
So you wear many hats.
That's right,
Yeah.
many.
And JR, we might even give you a role in the group.
Cynthia, we got a thing on cue here about a song. I don't know why, but I just do. Tell us about that.
This is a very special song for us, for our group. It features my father, Earl Haring, singing I Don't Know Why, I Just Do. And he was 83 at the time. Now, my dad, when he started out at age 5, he was a trumpet player. And he was a master trumpet player, young. Actually, I saw an article where he was going to high school to play first chair trumpet. So he always called himself a trumpet player, but he had a beautiful voice. And as a surprise, for my parents' 59th wedding anniversary, we took Dad down to Morris Sound Recording Studio, and he sang this song, and you'll hear him. I'm in the background, but it was a song that captured my mother's heart years ago.
I don't know why You thrill me like you do. I don't know why, you just do. You never seem to want my romancing. The only time you hold me is when we're dancing. I don't know why I love you like I do. I don't know why, I just do.
And he recorded this when?
He was 83 years old. He recorded it in 2011.
Really?
Yeah, he had a lot of talent. And when my mother heard it, she couldn't believe that he had done this. First of all, she was like, what is this? And it didn't have the trumpet yet. And they kept listening to it for hours and hours and hours. And they were in tears. I mean, my mother just was really moved because to imagine that he had gone down and recorded this for her is a surprise. My mom did pass away a year later. Mm-hmm. And so it was very special that we did this for her, for him, for them. And we started a Earl Haring Memorial Scholarship Fund. That's back in the Midwest. And we're going to go and do some songs for a fundraiser for that the end of May. We have a couple shows in Iowa, where I'm from. And I want to mention we are celebrating my father. He passed away on March 14th. So our last show, Ted, do you want to tell what we did for last show for my dad?
During the last show, one of the things we did was Cynthia and Katia came together and made a PowerPoint to show before we started our live show.
Pictures of my father.
And it was really like heartwarming, and it was a great experience.
And then Tad and the guys in the group were wearing bow ties. So we have some great pictures of Tad and then our youngest singer, Donald, wearing a bow tie, because my father would often wear bow ties during the shows, and he would always sing this song. So it has a special meaning for us and for them. And like I say, we are celebrating him and honoring him right now.
And Cynthia, do you guys stay put for any length of time? I mean, I see you guys are always on the fly.
Well, we like to do a lot of different shows. We're locally based. Katia is a teacher here in Hernando County, English to speakers of other languages. And I'm a teacher in Pasco County, a music teacher, elementary, which is pre-K to 5. Mm-hmm. And that is a riot. But Katia, actually, I wanted to mention how we got her involved in the group.
Yeah.
Can you tell us some background? Because she's not from here originally.
Well, yes, I'm from Peru, Lima, Peru. And in one of our trips to Peru with Cynthia, as I don't have a musical background really, but she's always looking for instruments, and she saw this Peruvian box drum, which is cube, a rectangular cube where you can sit on and tap and make sounds. The origins are Afro-Peruvian. So we got one of those on the plane and brought it here, and it's part now of the Tampa World Nation sound. We also brought some rain sticks from the Amazon, from the Shipibo tribes. These rain sticks are pretty much hollowed stalks that are filled with shells or beads, and they make this particular sound of as if it was rain. So
Katia's brought a lot of diversity to the group in terms of it's called cajon, el cajon, the Peruvian box drum, and then the rain sticks. And she also plays an instrument, meaning the little box, which is the cajita. And it's kind of exciting when we perform, we bring these instruments and people haven't really seen them before. They might have heard about the rain stick, but they get to really experience that flavor. So we're really fortunate to have that addition to the group. She brings a lot to us. And you were asking about what we're doing and albums and stuff. Mm-hmm. This album is very special to us. It's called Cruisin in My Wagon, A Journey Through Doo-Wop, Pop, and Swing. Ted, what are some of the songs you did on the album where you're singing either lead or backup?
In the studio, I did many songs. I'm pretty much on every song that you hear on that CD. And during the lead vocals, I did Papa Mau Mau and Oh You Beautiful Doll.
On this particular album, he sang backup on Up on the Roof, Under the Boardwalk, Pretty Little Angel. And if people want to buy it, they can get it at iTunes, they can get it at Amazon. CD Baby is another place. They can also go on our website. We always like to mention it because we like to have people check that out. It's worldnationgroup.com. Worldnationgroup.com. And what's happening now, JR, as you probably know, mostly people are doing downloads.
Yeah, they are.
Right. It's more, they might buy individual songs, or...
I still like having the actual thing in the
Me
hand.
too. And I like the feeling of the paper. And and we got a book in there. We got a nice booklet. I mean, they're getting a good deal for the price.
I hope they bring vinyl back, too.
Well, they're starting to, I guess. And I got excited by that, too.
Yeah.
Roger Seibel did my early albums, real albums. I used to perform under the name Destiny Quibble, and he was one of the masters at vinyl. But we are looking at some recordings down the way. Are we hearing Ma, that particular song?
Yep, whenever you're ready.
That might be good now. It features Tad singing, and he actually recorded this in studio.
All right, and this one's called Ma?
Ma, He's Making Eyes at Me. It's probably your grandmother liked this song.
Okay. And you're how old, 14, you're singing it?
14.
He's lead singing, and I think he was 12 when he recorded it.
Ma, he's making eyes at me. Ma, he's awful nice to me. Ma, he's almost breaking my heart. I'm beside him, mercy let his conscience guide him. Ma, he wants to marry me, be my honeybee. Every minute he gets bolder, now he's leaning on my shoulder. Ma, he's kissing me. Little Lily was oh so silly and shy, and all the fellows knew she wouldn't feeling cool. Every single night some smart fellow would try to cuddle up to her, but she would cry. Ma, he's making eyes at me. Ma, he's awful nice to me. Ma, he's almost breaking my heart. If you peeking, can't you see I'm going to weaken? Ma, he wants to marry me, be my honeybee.
Now, would you like to go into regular recordings, Ted?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Now, when the voice starts to move a little bit on the deeper end, you'll be able to adjust good, right?
Oh, yes, definitely. I've been working with somebody up at the Strash Center. His name is Ed Crater, and he's helped me a lot with that, noticing that I will be having a change in my voice. Mm-hmm. So he's been preparing me, and everything's going to be good from there.
And Tad's mentioned that he wants to go into, is it musical theater?
Yes, musical theater.
Well, he'd be great in that. He's got this voice. He does dance. He does acting. So he's got it all. Young, too. He's ahead of everybody.
Oh, man. Where was this when we were kids?
And you can hear him doing the lead. And that was done at Moore Sound Recording Studio in Tampa. That studio is phenomenal. Tom Morris is our engineer. And, in fact, it's so good that the recently Trans-Siberian Orchestra bought the studio.
Really?
So we're not recording there anymore, but Moore Sound will have another location, and we're looking forward to future recordings and future albums. One of them being songs in different languages. Mm-hmm. It's World Nation Explorations, and it's called School of Fish. And I think we're going to have songs in 16 languages on that. And then the other songs that Tad mentioned, we're going to get a nostalgia album out here. So it's coming along.
Now, how the languages changed?
Katia is an ESOL teacher. How many years have you been in?
14.
14 years in Hernando County, ESOL.
Right.
So we work with students from countries all around the world. In fact, Tad, do you know what language you're going to be singing in soon?
I'll be singing in Italian.
Really?
And Arabic, actually. Arabic.
Really?
Yes.
And Katia, can you tell how we got Arabic?
Oh, yes, this was through one of my ESOL classes, the sister of one of my little ones. And she offered to help us with the transcription to start with, because obviously we can read Arabic and the sounds are hard to imitate. So we're going to sing short verses, but we're just so grateful to Sujod, is her name. She's just given birth to a little boy. And
really great.
We're
I
just
didn't
so
know
excited.
Yet. That's exciting.
Yeah, because you thought English was the toughest language to learn for people. Arabic is not a walk in the park.
Right. I had some students. I teach over in Wesley Chapel and at Seven Oaks Elementary, and then at San Antonio Elementary. And kids, I have a few kids who speak Arabic, and they know that I sing in Spanish and Russian and Chinese, Japanese. I sing in about 14 languages. And they said, well, what about Arabic? And I said, I'm working on it. It's going to take some time. You can't do it right away. It's not always that easy. We have other members that would be here, except they're in school. And, of course, when Tad leaves here, he's going back to school, and so am I. But Madison is one of our singers, and Diamond. And we also have Marcos, as Tad mentioned. And we have a little manager. His name's Ashton. He just turned 7, and he has a postcard campaign here. If you go into YouTube and search under my name, Cynthia Haring, Haring, you'll see Ashton's invitation to Ellen DeGeneres. And he's trying to get her to come down and hang out with him, and, of course, these awesome people in World Nation, and hang out with the mermaids, maybe go to mermaid camp. So, I don't know. He may not be the only person writing to Ellen, but he's kind of excited about it.
He's persevering for that thing. He wants her down.
He sure is. And he's very energetic, and he advises us on what we should do and not do. And he always says, you should start out with Cruisin' in My Wagon. We start with Blue Moon, right? So we start with Blue Moon. He said, you should start with Cruisin' in My Wagon because that's the name of the album. I thought, wow, this guy's going to go far.
Give us the website again for people that want to get more information and see what you guys are all about.
Sure, thank you. It's worldnationgroup.com, worldnationgroup.com. And if they go in there, they'll find out about the different groups that we've worked with over the years. We had the group in Arizona and Iowa. Tampa Bay World Nation has been going for, about 14 years. And they'll also see and read a lot about Cruisin' in My Wagon, as well as my parents, Caryl and Earl Haring. We have a tribute to them in there as well. So, worldnationgroup.com. And also, if they go on YouTube, we have an interview with Tad. Tad on YouTube. And you also have a song, don't you, Tad?
Yes, I do. It's Do Re Mi.
Okay.
From The Sound of Music.
Well, I tell you, I'm very impressed, Tad, how at your age, what you've done. And Cynthia, you've done good with these folks here at worldnationgroup.com. You can get all kinds of great information on the website. And your next place you guys could be traveling to?
Okay, we would like to have them come on June 6th to Regency Residence.
Okay.
And that's in Port Richey. Also, June 11th is that fundraiser for Gulfside Hospice. And that's at Gulfview Square Mall. And Tad had a special message. Do you want to share? Yeah.
Yes. I know a lot of people know that Mother's Day is coming up, and I really just wanted to thank my mother because she's been here with me by my side throughout this whole journey of singing, acting, and dancing. And to be honest, she is a single mother, and it's hard for her financially to do all this stuff, and for her to be doing this just for me to be able to get a good career, it means a lot to me. So thank you, Mom, and I love you.
Oh, I love hearing that.
Nothing beats Mom, right?
Yeah, Mom's the best.
Exactly.
Folks, I thank you so much for coming in the studios with us today. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you so much, Jared.
Thank you.
Love you, my darling.
Cause I'm so silly and shy, and all the fellows knew she wouldn't feel improved.
You thrill me like you do. I don't know why you just do.
My wagon, baby, don't you know? On this sunny day, I'm feeling A-OK, 'cause I got my doggy driver